Making oat flour at home is so easy and there's a million ways to use it. I'm Justin from Cooking with Coit. I specialize in clean comfort cooking. And remember, if you love this video, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Let's get started. First, let's go over the ingredients you need to make oat flour. All you need are oats, and you can use old-fashioned oats, quick oats, pretty much any oats you can find. And the only piece of special equipment you're gonna need is a blender or a food processor, but I think blenders work better. All right guys, so this is not a typical recipe video. This isn't even really a recipe at all. It's more of like a utility video. So what I'm gonna be showing you today is how to make oat flour. And if you're kind of curious, like what is oat flour? Well, let me tell you, it's literally just ground up powderized oats that look like flour after you're done. And what you do with them is you use them as a traditional flour replacement. The group of people that most need oat flour in their lives are the gluten-free people, because they cannot have a traditional flour or they will feel very sick. One of these people is my wife, so that's why I know how oat flour works and how to use it. I've used oat flour when I've made gluten-free cookies. That's kind of probably the most typical use of it for me. It's not an exact replacement to flour because, you know, there's no wheat in oats, and so it doesn't like rise. You're not gonna get a nice rising cookie, but it does do the job good enough that you're gonna get a really nice cookie out of it. That's pretty much what I use it for, and let's jump into how you make it. So the first thing you need to do is to take 1 cup or a cup and a half. Really, it just kind of depends on how much oat flour your recipe that you're gonna make is calling for. Let's just use 1.5 cups for an example. So you take 1.5 cups of oats, drop them into the blender. And then all you do, put the top on and blend. That's literally all you have to do. You're gonna see what happens in the blender here. I mean, within 3 seconds, you can see it's really already turned into a really fine powder, just like a traditional flour, except, you know, it's not gonna have the gluten. I'm gonna do one more round of blending just so I can make sure that all of the chunkier bits are blended up. Perfect. So let me show you guys how this looks. So check that out. That is oat flour. So one recipe that just came to mind that I really love for oat flour is my oatmeal banana pancakes recipe. You should definitely check that out. I'm gonna try to remember to put that link in the description below, but if I forget, will you please let me know in the comments and I'll send it to you. So the way that I like to store my oat flour, because this oat flour, if properly stored, can last up to 3 months. The way I store it is in one of these little containers, and I just drop it right in. Just pop the lid on, and this really should be good for about 3 months. So that's about it, guys. That is how you make oat flour, and I would love to hear from you guys. If you love oat flour, if you've never used it before, if you've used it in a really cool way that I didn't describe here, please let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.